Hi friends, good morning to all of you. Welcome to Ram's Academy. Ram's Academy is going to present today an important topic, that is block diagram representation of a AM receiver. In communication, we know that the basic thing what we have to supposed to learn is only AM radio. AM radio is working with so many blocks which I am going to represent now. Ordinary AM radio receiver. For information, AM radio receives amplitude modulated audio signal from a faraway radio station through an antenna, and that signal is passed on to the input of the RF amplifier, first stage. Then afterwards, the aim is nothing but from this modulated AM modulated wave, we are supposed to get back our audio which was embedded within that. This receiver uses amplitude modulated signal. For understanding, I have to repeat here what is meant by AM modulation, amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation is nothing but one of the modulation techniques in which amplitude of the high frequency carriers is changed in accordance with amplitude of the modulating signal. Modulating signal is nothing but what we are supposed to listen from a radio. Carrier is nothing but a high frequency carrier which is being used for carrying the modulating signal from the radio transmitter to the radio receiver. With this small introduction, let me go to the actual block diagram of the AM radio receiver. Receiver contains nearly about 3 plus 3, 6 stages are there. We are supposed to receive the modulated signal through the antenna, and we should process the signal, ultimately leading to the audio signal being produced in the loudspeaker. The in between the process is little hectic. We have to understand that. Unless we understand the frequency and the process has gone inside, which has gone inside, and it is very difficult to design all these things. What is an RF amplifier? RF amplifier is nothing but a high frequency amplifier which will receive the signal, small amplitude signal, RF signal through the receiving antenna, and it will try to amplify, because the signal is going to be very, very small in the order of microvolt. When the signal is in microvolt, that cannot be used for detecting, that cannot be used for processing and other things. It is very difficult. Therefore, the amplitude is supposed to be slowly improved before processing. Therefore, RF amplifier is an important first amplifier of a radio station, radio receiver, and which will be giving sufficient strength to the incoming signal so that further amplified RF signal can be processed using other circuits. Therefore, I have to draw the waveform which is striking the receiver's antenna from the radio station. That will be nothing but AM modulated signal. So this is supposed to be AM modulated signal, but this waveform, the envelope is nothing but your actual audio. Envelope is the one which we are very much interested, and within that there is going to be a very high frequency signal that only carries the actual information. As I said previously, amplitude modulation is nothing but a process in which amplitude of the high frequency carrier is changed in accordance with the amplitude of the modulating signal. Modulating signal is nothing but what we speak, what we expect after our loudspeaker. Therefore, this is the signal which is being received at the input of the RF amplifier in the order of frequencies. As it is an AM wave, this frequency may be from 550 kHz to 1.1650 kilocycles. Actual inside frequency is this, very high frequency. There are number of stations within this. Inside the frequencies are going to be this, but actually this audio signal is nothing but 20 kilohertz. This envelope is varying at a rate of 20 kilohertz, but within that, the RF frequency is going to change in frequency from 550 to 1650. There can be any station. Every station will have plus or minus 20 kilohertz as the bandwidth of a radio station. Okay. So this is the signal, small signal, 300 microvolt, that is being amplified by the RF amplifier, and here amplified RF signal is available at the output of the RF amplifier. And when it is fed to mixer, what for we are feeding to mixer? Mixer is nothing but a frequency converter. Mixer is nothing but a frequency converter, because the carrier frequency is going to be somewhere between 550 kilohertz and 1650 kilohertz. But they have found out technically that demodulation of the audio signal in a signal where the carrier frequency is very, very high, it is going to be very difficult. Therefore, this inner frequency is supposed to be changed to a common frequency called 455 kilocycles. The same waveform, but inside frequency is very high. Whatever station you receive, that will be converted to a common frequency 455 with envelope as the modulating signal. Therefore, this mixer is nothing but that will mix in a local oscillator signal and amplified RF signal from the RF amplifier. Therefore, whatever we receive here, that frequency is mixed with the local oscillator signal, so that here you will get 455 kilocycles AM modulated signal. How it is possible? Local oscillator is nothing but a high frequency generator, and that will be generating a frequency. Local oscillator is going to be generating a frequency that is incoming signal plus 455. Whatever frequency it is receiving, along with the 455 totally, local oscillator will generate a very high frequency, and incoming frequency is going to be 550 to 1650, so that the difference of frequency is available at the output of the mixer. In electronics, for information, the students are supposed to learn that when two frequencies are mixed, when two signals are mixed, that will create F1 plus F2 and F1 minus F2 and F1 separately, F2 separately. Like that, all the four frequencies are going to be available in a mixer circuit. What we are here interested is F1 minus F2. That is going to be 455. F1 is what? Local oscillator. F2 is what? RF. Whatever RF, LO will be changed so that always will be producing a common signal. That common signal is nothing but 455. Whether you are receiving a Madras station, whether you are receiving a Trichy station or Tirunelveli station or whatever it is, for that RF amplifier will be tuned, but ultimately at the mixer's output there is going to be amplitude modulated signal with the carrier frequency of 455 kilohertz only. This frequency is called as intermediate frequency. Because this is an intermediate frequency, this is in between RF amplifier frequency as well as our required frequency. What is our required frequency? That is the audio signal. Audio signal frequency is 20 kilohertz. This is between 20 kilohertz and RF frequency, that is 455 kilohertz. Therefore, this frequency is called as intermediate frequency. For this, you have to, when LO is changing, RF amplifier also should change. Combined. This LO and RF amplifier both are combined together. That is, when you adjust the RF amplifier's response for a particular frequency F1, you have to generate LO as F1 plus 455. Therefore, both these things, the two things are combined together. When a client, when a customer tunes for a particular frequency, he is going to change the RF frequency as well as the local oscillator frequency. As I have written here, local oscillator frequency will be equal to incoming frequency plus 455. Therefore, the mixer will be always producing an output of 455 kilohertz modulated signal. That is why this is sometimes called as frequency converter. What is the frequency converter? Is nothing but combining three stages of RF amplifier, local oscillator and mixer. All these three stages are called as frequency mixer stage. You have to understand that RF amplifier and LO, local oscillator, both are combined using a single tuning knob. When you are adjusting, LO and RF frequency is going to change. How it is being changed? There is going to be a ganged condenser. When a condenser is turned, both the capacitances are going to be changed. Ultimately, LO will also change, RF also will change, ultimately leading to 455 at the output of the mixer stage. Now, after frequency conversion, we have received this waveform from this waveform. This is the waveform we received from antenna of the radio receiver, and after mixing with the local oscillator, we are going to receive a waveform looking like this only. In the envelope, audio signal is available, but within that, here it is going to be 550 kHz, there it is going to be 455 kHz. 455 kHz is called as intermediate frequency. That intermediate frequency is common for all the AM radio. Common for all the stations the radio receiver is going to receive. Then coming to the point, after receiving this, we are supposed to demodulate. What to demodulate? This, we are interested in the envelope of the signal. We are not interested in 455. For that, we are going to use AM detector. AM detector. AM detector is nothing but it is an amplitude modulated signal. Therefore, simply pass the signal to a diode. The diode will be able to rectify positive cycle of this. When it is rectifying and when you are having a filtering circuit, then the envelope alone will be leading to a waveform like this. This is the waveform, nothing but audio signal. All high frequency signals are grounded, but envelope alone will be taken out by opting for rectification of the positive cycle and filtering using the capacitors. And then if this is supposed to be a DC waveform, but its amplitude is going on varying according to the modulating signal. Therefore, this contains DC plus AC. So to get back only the audio signal, you have to pass this signal to a capacitance. When you pass this signal through a capacitance, this is going to provide a signal called like this, audio signal. That audio signal is varying between 20 Hz and 20 kHz. So AM detector is nothing but a germanium detector circuit in which amplitude modulated signal is passed on to the diode. The diode will rectify the positive cycle, and after filtering of the high frequency components of 455 kHz, a DC waveform is available with DC. Therefore, to block the DC, a capacitor is being used, and then audio signal is going to be taken out of the AM detector. And then this signal is going to be very, very small. This signal is going to be very, very small. In the order of peak to peak, say 200 millivolt. Audio signal, which is nothing but audio signal, it is varying in its frequency and in its amplitude, but with the peak to peak value of 200 millivolts only. With this, if you want to drive a loudspeaker, that will not be able to drive the loudspeaker at all. The volume is going to be very, very small, so you will not be able to recognize what somebody is over there speaking or what the music is going on like that. It is very, very difficult. So that this amplitude has to be amplified. This amplitude has to be raised so that it will be able to drive a loudspeaker. For information, loudspeaker is nothing but an electromagnetic device in which there is going to be a voice coil. The voice coil will take the alternating audio voltage and it will try to drive a current through the voice coil, and the voice coil is going to provide a shifting to the diaphragm of a mic speaker. Therefore, when the current is flowing through the coil according to the waveform, what happens? It creates a force. Because of the force within the magnetic field, that will push and pull of the diaphragm of a loudspeaker, so that that loudspeaker will create a sound, music or sound or speech or anything. Therefore, sufficient amplitude is necessary for driving the voice coil of the loudspeaker. Therefore, small 200 millivolt audio voltage is supposed to be raised so that it can be fed directly to the loudspeaker. Then coming to this, how to raise the current capacity of the audio voltage which has been taken from the detector, AM detector. For that, what we are doing is, we are going to have two amplifier sections. What are they? They are all audio voltage amplifier and then audio power amplifier. What is an audio voltage amplifier? Audio voltage amplifier is nothing but simply there is going to be a matching circuit. It will be amplifying the signal in the voltage level, but it will not be able to give sufficient strength for driving the current. But voltage alone will be improved by opting for an audio amplifier. Audio amplifier may be a single stage class A amplifier. Class A amplifier is nothing but in which the class amplifier will produce the output for entire 360 degrees for the input signal. So this audio amplifier will simply amplify the amplitude of the incoming audio voltage from AM detector, and then after giving sufficient amplification, and that voltage will be driven to audio power amplifier. Audio power amplifier will give the sufficient strength. The amplitude is not going to change, but sufficient strength will be given to that, so that it will be able to drive a current through the voice coil, so that sound will be produced. This type of amplifier, normally it can be, this audio amplifier can be a class B push-pull amplifier. It can be a class C transformer coupled amplifier. It can be class B push-pull complementary symmetry amplifier. Like that, any type of amplifier can be used in the audio power amplifier, so that the signal can be given sufficient strength to drive the voice coil of the loudspeaker, so that proper sound can be heard from the loudspeaker. Like that, this I have clearly told that what is the waveform we receive. We receive through the antenna of the radio receiver, and from that how many operations are being done, how many processing is being done, what is the function of the mixer stage, what is the function of the frequency converter, what is the function of the detector, what is the function of the matching circuit of the audio amplifier, what is the circuit of the audio power amplifier, how a loudspeaker is functioning, everything I have told. So from this, I hope I have made very clear about the functioning of the radio receiver, AM radio receiver, to my students. And there are three qualities available for a radio receiver. They are called as sensitivity, selectivity and fidelity. There are three characteristics for a radio receiver. First, let me come to the sensitivity. Sensitivity of a radio receiver is nothing but the minimum most signal a radio receiver can receive through the antenna, radio receiver's antenna, and it will be able to produce the best sound in the loudspeaker. That's called sensitivity. What is selectivity? Selectivity is the characteristics of a radio receiver. It is nothing but the capability of the radio receiver from selecting the wanted frequency of the wanted station among the various radio stations which are striking the radio receiver's antenna. Exactly, that should be received. You should not mix with the nearby stations like that. That is called selectivity. Selectivity is the capability of a radio receiver which will be able to select what is wanted by the consumer by rejecting all the other nearby frequencies. That is called selectivity. What is the fidelity? Fidelity is a very important quality of a radio receiver. It's nothing but it is able to produce all the frequency components of the audio signal. Audio signal contains the frequency spectrum starting from 20 Hz to 20 kHz. In that condition, high fidelity in the sense, the radio receiver is supposed to receive the signal and process the signal, and it should be able to produce the audio which will be having high fidelity faithfully. Fidelity in the sense, faithfully it is reproducing the signals starting from 20 Hz to 20 kHz. So if they are able to have all these three qualities, the radio receiver is the best one. So that's what I want to share with the viewers. Please, if you have any more doubt, you can you can contact me and I will be able to explain to you. These are the things about a radio receiver, AM radio receiver. Students, electronics and communication engineers are supposed to learn in the basic communication. Thank you very much. Thank you.